Hi everyone, welcome back. If you are new here and you love LEGO or specifically LEGO Ninjago, make sure you smash that subscribe button because we are doing weekly reviews of some really cool sets and yes, including the bigger ones like this. Today we are talking about the LEGO Ninjago Ninja Character Display 15th Anniversary set. And I know this is one of that a lot of people have been talking about recently, especially because it's so hyped. It's selling out everywhere, and most of the time, it's actually out of stock online or in stores right now. So what is this set actually trying to be? Well, as the name says, this is not a huge action playset, but more of a display-focused set, almost like a miniature Ninjago museum showcase that celebrates classic characters. Officially, it was released on January 1st, 2026, and it's one of the 15th anniversary celebration sets for LEGO Ninjago, meaning it's one of those sets that is clearly designed with nostalgia and legacy fans in mind. Now, the set has around 447 pieces, which makes it more than a polybag, but still compact. But the real draw here is the minifigure roster. Let's talk about what most people are buying this for. The 8 minifigures. So you get ZX Kai, ZX Zane, ZX Cole, ZXJ, ZX Lloyd, just up here, Samurai X, Master Wu, and for the first time ever, a collectible Elemental Master of Lightning minifigure on a separate stand. Which is this one here. That lineup is insane for the price. We are talking classic Season 1 favorites, basically a core cast of characters that so many fans grew up with. And seeing them all together in these legacy suits feel like the set was built to be nostalgic in the best possible way. And let's be real, people aren't just into them because they are new figures, but because these ZX suits just look right in a display setting. They almost look like they belong in an actual showcase rather than a playset. There's something about seeing them lined up that hits differently if you have been following Ninjago for a long time. So the physical build itself is sort of a monastery-style display stand, with a staircase, an opening gate, a small stone lantern, and even a cherry blossom tree on the side. At the back is this little tea room area, with stickered scenes, apparently depicting one of the famous battles from the Ninjago pilot season. And even though it's a tiny detail, it just adds life to the overall display vibe. Now, the set does feel like a true display model rather than a big playset, meaning there aren't crazy moving parts or big mechanical gimmicks, but that's kind of the point. This is built to sit on a shelf and be looked at, not necessarily be zoomed around like a vehicle or mech. And I think that popularity makes total sense when you look at what people are seeing online. Collectors especially are calling this one of the most genuinely nostalgic sets of the new wave, and for many fans, it actually lives up to the hype in person. There's even talk in fan communities that because this set brings so many classic ZX suits together, it feels like a perfect way to celebrate the show's early era. And that's exactly what LEGO was going for with these legacy pieces. Part remake, part tribute. Let's talk value for a second, because you could easily look at 447 pieces and go, is that worth the price? A lot of people will immediately point to the minifigures, because when you break that down, each of these figures on their own would be worth a decent money. So even if you are just buying this for the figures, the set arguably pays for itself. And if you are a display type collector, you also get this small build that frames them nicely. About the build itself, it's not the most technical or complex LEGO model you'll ever tackle, but it's definitely fun to build, especially because you know you're building something that's meant to be displayed afterwards. It doesn't have super flashy play features, but what it does have is a consistent design logic that makes you feel like the set was intentionally designed as a premium little showcase. And if you are into LEGO Builder app tech, you can build with the digital instructions, zoom around the model, track progress, and all of that, which I personally find can make the experience way better than just paper instructions. What's really cool is how many longtime fans are talking about nostalgia feelings with this set. On community forums, there are people saying it's one of those sets that finally feels like a proper tribute to Ninjago's history. Like, this is the set you show someone if you want them to understand why Ninjago matters to you. And even if some folks nitpick little things like color choices or slight differences from screen versions, overall the reaction is pretty solid and very positive. So after talking about this for a while, where do I actually land? Honestly, I think this is one of the best value Ninjago sets out right now, purely because of what you get in the minifigure department. And the display-ready nature is something that genuinely feels different from most LEGO builds. It's not built to be a massive diorama or anything, but that's not the point. It feels intentional, well-designed, and honest to what it wants to be. For longtime fans who want to showcase peace or collectors who want all the classic character, this set absolutely delivers. At this price point, I'm honestly inclined to give it 5 out of 5, just because of the value you get from the characters and the overall vibe. If you enjoyed the review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what Ninjago set you want me to cover next. I'll stop talking now. Bye!